Hello students, this is Shraddha Namdev, your science teacher from Holy Hearts Educational Academy. Students, I am back again with a new video lesson that is from heat flow and temperature. Students, as you have already studied about heat, you all have understood what is heat. Now, this is a very interesting thing about heat, that how it transfers from one object to the other. In this video lesson, I am going to explain you how the transfer of heat takes place in the objects. So first let us understand that what is transfer of heat. Transfer of heat means that heat flows from one part of the object to the other part of the object, that is known as transfer of heat. Let us understand this transfer of heat by an example. Like if we dip a steel spoon in a hot cup of tea, you will observe soon that the spoon becomes hot after a few minutes. That means the heat from the hot tea is being transferred to the spoon. In general, we can say that heat flows from hot body to the cold body. That means the heat from an object having higher temperature flows to the body at lower temperature, and it flows till the temperature of the object becomes the same. That means if the temperature of both the objects will become same, then the flow of heat will stop. So this is known as transfer of heat. Now children, this transfer of heat can take place by three types. Three ways are there in which the flow of heat can take place. That is known as, first one is conduction, the second one is convection, and the third one is radiation. All these three ways I am going to explain you one by one. In this video lesson, I am going to explain you that the transfer of heat by conduction. So first let us understand that what is conduction. So let us take three examples in which all these three ways can be explained. Like if a teacher has a basket full of chocolates and she wants to distribute among the students. She has three options to distribute the chocolate among the children. The first option is that she gives the chocolate to the first student and tells him to pass it to the next, and the next student, that student will pass it to the next, until till all the students get the chocolates in the class. This is how the chocolates are being distributed among the children. That means there is no movement of the student. They are sitting in their own place and they receive the chocolate. This is the first way in which she can distribute the chocolate. The second way is that she calls the students to line up and take one chocolate and move to their place. Like each one will get the chocolate, each one will receive it, and they will move to their place. And in the third option, what does she do? That she throws the chocolate to each one of the student and in the class, and what happens? Each one receives the chocolates. So you can see there are three ways in which the chocolates are being distributed. Children, let us take the first example, how the chocolates are being distributed among the students. That is how the teacher distributes the chocolate without actually moving the students from their place, and the chocolates are being distributed. This example is related with conduction. Now let me explain you what is conduction. That is transfer of heat from hot body to the cold body without the actual movement of the particles. That means, let me explain you with an example. Like if we keep a metal spoon over a burner, you will notice that the spoon will get warm, later on it will become hot, and finally it is too hot that we will not be able to hold it. That means the heat from one end of the spoon is being transferred to the other end of the spoon. That is known as transfer of heat without actual movement of the particles. That means the atoms and molecules are not moving and they are actually at a fixed position. That type of transfer of heat is known as conduction. This conduction, usually the conduction takes place in solids. How this conduction takes place in solids, let me explain you through the activity. You have to take a aluminium rod, and in that aluminium rod you have to fix the iron nails with a wax. 2 or 3 iron nails you will take it and you will fix it with the wax. Now with the help of a clamp stand you will arrange the this is how you will arrange the aluminium rod. Yes, this is the clamp stand, and you can see the burner is there and the aluminium rod is there, in which the iron nails are being fixed with the help of wax. When you heat up this with the help of a candle, when you heat one end of the aluminium rod, you will observe that this end first get heated up and slowly the heat is being transferred and it moves to the other end of the aluminium rod. As soon as the heat transfers, what happens? This iron nails, the wax melts and these iron nails falls down. So in this activity we conclude that the heat is being transferred from the hotter end to the colder end, and till the temperature of which it becomes equal. We conclude from this activity that the heat is being transferred from the hotter body to the colder body by the process of conduction. Now children, the question arises that why conduction is possible in solids only. This is because the particles in solids are being closely packed and the transfer of heat takes place by the back and forth vibration without actually moving of the particles. That is why conduction is possible in solids. I hope the conduction is clear to you all. Now let us see what are conductors and what are insulators. Children, there can be good conductors of heat and there can be bad conductors of heat. That is why they are being classified into 2 types, good conductors and bad conductors. Now what are good conductors? Those material in which the heat can pass through them is known as good conductors. For example, you can say metals, alloys, all these are the good conductor of heat. Like you can say silver, aluminium, iron, then copper and mercury. All these are good conductors of heat. As we have seen, mercury is being used in thermometer also. That is a very good conductor of heat. You have seen the copper is being used in utensils, in making utensils, like the stainless steel. Again, it is a very good conductor of heat. That is why it is used to make utensils. These are the applications of good conductors. Now let us see the bad conductors of heat. Now what are bad conductors? Bad conductors are those materials which do not allow heat to pass through them, are known as bad conductors or insulators. Like you can say wool, paper, wood, then asbestos, thermocol, then you can say air, water. Air and water both are very poor conductors of heat. Let us see some applications of bad conductors of heat. Like you all must have seen the frying pan is being provided with a handle that is made up of plastic. Why it is being provided? This is because that plastic handle is a bad conductor of heat and it helps to hold the pan easily when kept on the burner. Like for example, also you can take that why do we wear woolen clothes in winter? This is an example of what? This is an insulator, that is air acts as an insulator. I have told you all before. Now this is related to air. Wool, as we know that it is a bad conductor of heat. That means when we wear woolen clothes, it does not allow the heat of the body to pass outside and from the cold from our surrounding to get inside. As the woolen fibers have air in between those fibers, and that trapped air helps this body to be warm. That means the heat from the body does not flow outside and the cold from the surrounding does not get inside. This is why we wear woolen clothes in winter. I hope this is very clear to you all. Now conduction is very clear to you all. In the next video lesson, I am going to explain your convection. Thank you.